telling me about the
My bad.
Brentford game, fam.
Yeah,
Like,
Brentford
nah,
game. Yo, over the moon with the performance. You know what I'm
calm
saying?
in it.
I was dreading it going into the game. I was like, yo,
Mm.
after the Newcastle game, and I was like, I'm not sure what Ten Hag can do in terms of our midfield options. Because yeah, we were horrendous against Newcastle, but when people were criticizing him after the game, I was like, what could he have done? Somebody give me a midfield trio or duo that is cohesive. And everything that everyone came up with was awful. People were talking about maybe put Fred in there, put Martinez there, Lindelof there. I'm like, none of these will help. So I was dreading the Brentford game, but fortunately enough for us, we turned up. And our home form's night and day. You know what I'm saying, to our away form.
Yeah.
We
Right.
conceded the least amount at home, and I was just pleased to dominate the ball. I would have liked us to have created more clear-cut chances, but I just like the fact we dominated the ball, created half chances, and won the game. That's what it is, and bounce back from the Newcastle game.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like brother, but you see, in the games that we dominate the ball, you see Sancho come to life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, he was oozing, bruv. He was absolutely oozing, yeah. And it was great to see, bro, because man, I've been saying the whole time, like, it's like, yo, put him in a team that keeps the ball, yeah. This guy, like, he's different in it. Like, and he was doing his thing yesterday, popping up on the right, on the left, in the middle, like ball retention, press resistance, all of that, bro. Like it was a joy, and we played some really good stuff, like collectively as a team as well. When Malacia came on as well, he gave us a different dimension as well. Like that kind of went under the radar. Like when Shaw went off, the way Malacia was getting forward, do you know what I mean? Joining
I like
up.
Malacia. I'm a fan of
Nah,
Malacia,
you're a
and the
good player.
one touch passing was good. And I thought that's another thing adding into the game. I didn't think anybody in the game was like, it was a good team performance. I don't think anyone was like 8, 9. I didn't look at anyone and go, you're individually 8, 9, 10 out of 10. Everybody was just at 7, which is why I also liked. You know what I'm saying? I did like that in regards to it. So I'm like, okay, if we continue, and it's 23 home games, that's good. If we continue to perform like that, we'll be okay. I need to see more from. I want to see more from both wingers, Sancho and Anthony. I want to see more. So hopefully they continue to impact games. You know what I'm saying, and even more so because they're both talented. It's not a lack of talent with either of them. I need to see more. Sancho, I'm like, yo, I need to see more from you. Anthony, obviously, his first season, but we need to see improvements from him. Well, yeah,
100%. But with Sancho and Anthony, yeah, it's like they need movement around them, innit? Do you know what I mean? And this is what it is. And we saw that yesterday. Like Rashford was popping up on the left, on the right, trying to get involved. Sabitzer played all right. Played all right in the 10.
Sabitzer he was good, but I'm a
in the 10.
fan of Sabitzer.
In the 10 though, he looked decent. Like, do you know what I mean? Further forward, like he actually looked decent, bro. Like the cushion header for the goal was brilliant.
Smart.
And he can strike a ball in it. So when he's in that area, not only can he strike the ball, but he can also win the ball back. So, like in the modern game now, they want these 10s to be quite robust and, do you know what I mean, be one of the early aggressors in terms of pressing and stuff like that. And I think he done that well. So, it's just one of them things where, even though it was only 1-0, I think that's the most comfortable 1-0 that I've seen in a long time. Like we never look like conceding, bro. Like at any time. Obviously, you have to respect the opposition, you have to respect the threat that they pose, but at no point other than maybe if they got scored directly from a corner were you thinking, you know what, Brentford are looking like they could do something here.
No, they had 1 shot on target. They had 6 shots in total, and it showed. You know what I'm saying? And that we nullified them, and also what helped nullifying them is not only defensively have we been good at home in particular all season, but we kept the ball. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when people talk about Ericsson, which I know we're going to get to, because, man, I seen you put up the comment about he could be on the bench on the weekend. That's why when people criticize him and was getting on to him about him being weak defensively and his defensive weaknesses and him being in transition, I'm like, if you keep the ball, that's a part of defense. That's also a part of defense.
But, bro, remember the 2-0 loss to Man City, yeah? When they absolutely popped us off the park. It felt like we got beaten 10-0, blood. And it was 2-0, but it felt like, you know them ones, if a man's been rushed before and it feels like you've been rushed by like 8, 9 men and it's only $2.
It's only 2.
You know what I was there? But man, I got punches and kicks flying from everywhere, blood.
Yeah, facts.
It feels like man are getting stamped out by an
How
army.
Takashi feels in it, you know what I'm saying? He feels it was 8, 9, 10 man in it, and it was only 3 or 4, but he
That's what I
feels
mean.
it's
Man
8, 9,
sending the
10.
story back saying, yeah, bro. And then there's the 8 of them, and man stamped on my head and kicked me and this, that, and the other, bro. Like, and it was just 2 Donnies. You know, like that. That's what the Man City game felt like. It felt like man just got rushed, didn't it? And even though it was only 2-0, it was embarrassing. It felt worse than the 6-3, innit? And that's the 1-0 against Brentford was that. Like, they were never in it, bro. Like, and that was what was I think was amazing about it. It literally,
it was
every
like,
time we had the ball, like we were just keeping them at arm's length the whole time.
Facts. Like, there was so many times in the game where every player bar De Gea was in their half, which is good. It was kind of like if it was a boxing match, we didn't get the KO, but we won every single round. We won all 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? It was 120 on the scorecards that we.
That's it. Man didn't land a single punch. You know, like that. Like no punches. The head just getting snapped back, bro. You know, but we're not going for the knockout punch, bro. Man, you know what I'm saying? Man just playing with their food and that. That's exactly what it was. So the game felt like that. Apart from a few nice little bits from Tony trying to create and stuff, there wasn't really anything. They had that chance where they had the one-on-one with the hair come out.
That's the shot on target they had, and that was the only bit of worry. Like, that was it. But yeah, Brentford, as good as we were, they were poor. Obviously, we helped them. We contributed to them being poor, but that's what we need to do to teams. More routine home wins, and it's been like that at home. We beat everybody there. We beat Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs. So it's kind of like it's now become a fortress. Do we need to flip it around and turn that around on the away side? Absolutely, we do. Goddamnly, we do. But it's a start. I'm saying, how often has our home form been shocking? So it's good. You want your home form to be the bread and butter, and it's like, all right, cool. Then we build on this away from home next season, and even these remaining 10 games, however many away games we've got left.
No, 100%. And shout out everyone in the chat, bro. Like, what can I say about Tony? Yeah, like Tony Martial, that is blood. Listen,
I didn't know which Tony he was talking about because I want Ivan Tony, but carry on.
Bro, you see this brother, like this brother can be out for a year and he comes back, and it's like ain't shit changed, blood. Like this guy just changed the whole dimension of the game. This is why the manager loves him, you know. Like everyone can chat shit about this guy, When he's on the pitch, it's a different game, blood. Like, it's crazy. Like, he just literally, bruv, we're just better with him immediately, bruv. It's not a thing where man needs to play himself into form or whatever. He's such a good footballer, that it's like, as soon as he's on the pitch, we're improved. Immediately, bro.
Yeah, because he's the best 9 we have. My biggest issue, and always the biggest issue I have with Martial, availability. I say it all the time. I have no issue at all with him on the football pitch. The ability is there. I love him as a football player. The reason why I no longer defend it's available. Just stay fit. That's it. That's legit. But I can't, like, he's I think probably the first player I've ever watching Manchester United where I'm going, it's solely fitness. Now him, Saha, actually, are probably the 2.
Yeah, Louis Saha,
he's probably second. Is the same over the now. I have no complaints when he's like, if you're fit and available, you're starting most of the games. You know what I'm saying in that, because he does so much for himself and he does so much for the team. It's never a quality issue. So that's when people get onto him. I say that all the time. I say no issues with his ability. It's all about availability. I need more games from you, man. You don't play enough. So hopefully,
100%. But when people try and make it a quality issue, it's jarring, isn't it?
That's too far.
It's very, very jarring.
That's too much.
I say, like, bro, when Martial's fully fit, there's not a player like him in the league, bro. Like, there's just not. Like, he's that good, bro. Like, this is why when man are like, oh, Rants, would you get rid of Martial? No, bro. Because even if I have Martial fit, for 11 games of the 36 games or whatever, if I have him fit for 11 games, like, bro, that's the difference between you winning something and not winning something, bro. I'd rather not rely on him, but still have him. Do you understand? Because knowing our luck, we'll get rid of him and this brother won't get injured again, blood. You know what I mean? RBP was injured at Arsenal the whole time. Then he came to Man United and had
he was fine. And that's what will happen. If we are going to keep Martial, I need 2 strikers. I need 2 strikers in addition. Because we can't, man, because it's, again, availability, man. That's legit it. Because if we sold him, I could see him going elsewhere and being successful. 110%.